In the world of entertainment, the boundaries between the mainstream and erotic film industries are both blurred and rigidly enforced by cultural norms and public perceptions. Within this intersection stands the multifaceted figure of Holly Joy Sampson, an actress and model whose career trajectory spans both sectors. Known for her early appearances in mainstream media, including the cult classic Pump Up the Volume, and her later transition into cinema, Sampson's life and work provide a compelling case study in celebrity reinvention, the construction of identity, and the social consequences of crossing entertainment genres. The entertainment industry has long functioned as both a mirror and a mold of societal attitudes, reflecting prevailing values while simultaneously shaping them. The late 20th and early 21st centuries witnessed the rapid commercialization of sexuality, the fragmentation of celebrity culture, and a growing interest in narratives of personal reinvention. During this time, actresses like Holly Joy Sampson, who crossed the boundary between mainstream and entertainment, found themselves both lionized and stigmatized, often occupying a liminal space in public discourse. Her journey cannot be understood in isolation. It must be placed within a broader cultural framework involving gender norms, the evolution of media, and the fluctuating boundaries of artistic legitimacy. Holly Joy Sampson's career challenges the simplistic binary between mainstream and erotic entertainment, revealing instead a more nuanced narrative about agency, cultural judgment, and the power of reinvention. Her life story exemplifies the tensions inherent in celebrity culture, particularly for women whose careers straddle socially policed boundaries of acceptability and taboo. Holly Joy Sampson began her career in the public eye as many actresses of her generation did, through a mix of talent, beauty, and fortuitous timing. Her early roles in television shows such as The Wonder Years, Matlock, and My So-Called Life situated her squarely within the landscape of late 20th century American entertainment, which valued accessible charm and youthful allure. These shows were emblematic of a cultural moment deeply invested in the idealized suburban family and coming-of-age narratives, genres in which Sampson's presence added both visual appeal and a quiet complexity. Her appearance in Pump Up the Volume, 1990, a teen rebellion film starring Christian Slater, introduced her to a wider audience and cemented her as a recognizable face in the realm of Hollywood's supporting actresses. In this period, the public perception of actresses was largely shaped by a media ecosystem that favored simplification over nuance. Actresses were often pigeonholed into archetypes: the ingenue, the vixen, the girl next door, and deviation from these prescribed roles could quickly marginalize one's career. Sampson's early performances offered a blend of flirtation and intelligence that did not neatly conform to these archetypes, perhaps limiting her ascent within the mainstream hierarchy. However, it also set the stage for her later reinvention by demonstrating a range of capability that transcended traditional casting. During the 1990s, mainstream Hollywood was undergoing subtle but significant shifts. Independent cinema was on the rise, cable television was diversifying its content, and the internet was beginning to change how audiences consumed entertainment. In this changing landscape, actresses like Sampson were faced with a difficult question: whether to continue pursuing increasingly competitive and typecast roles in Hollywood or explore alternative avenues where more autonomy and visibility might be possible. Her decision to enter the film industry, while controversial, was also a form of agency, an attempt to reclaim control over her public image and professional trajectory. Sampson's shift into films in the late 1990s and early 2000s marked a turning point in her career and public perception. Under various stage names, most notably continuing with her birth name, she participated in films that aligned with the burgeoning genre of softcore and erotic drama, such as the Emmanuelle 2000 series. Unlike traditional, these films occupied a gray area of content and narrative-driven erotica. This allowed Sampson to maintain a semblance of her acting roots while also capitalizing on the marketability of sensuality, a commodity Hollywood had always exploited, though often with less transparency. The film industry during this time was also experiencing its own evolution. With the rise of DVD technology and the internet, distribution was more accessible, and content creation less centralized. Actresses in this industry gained new platforms and, to some extent, more creative freedom. Sampson's participation in this genre was not merely a retreat from mainstream rejection. It was also a calculated entry into a profitable and rapidly changing market that valued autonomy and visibility. Yet, despite the professional success she found in entertainment, Sampson's career trajectory was often met with public skepticism and media sensationalism. Her involvement in the Tiger Woods scandal in 2009, when she was named among the women alleged to have had affairs with the golfer, brought her renewed attention, but also intense scrutiny. This event underscored how the media tends to reduce complex individuals to scandalous headlines, particularly women associated with content. It also highlighted a persistent cultural hypocrisy. Society both consumes and condemns entertainment, often vilifying those who work within it. Sampson's career thus stands as a critique of the double standards that govern female sexuality in the public sphere. While male celebrities often recover or even thrive after sex scandals, women are more likely to be shamed and professionally sidelined. In continuing to work despite these challenges, Sampson reaffirmed her agency, refusing to be defined solely by public controversy or societal expectation. It is essential to consider the counterarguments that arise when discussing individuals like Sampson. Critics may argue that participation in entertainment, especially by those who previously worked in mainstream media, constitutes a fall from grace or a lapse in moral judgment. From this perspective, Sampson's career change is seen not as reinvention but as regression, a surrender to a less dignified form of celebrity. However, such arguments fail to interrogate the values that underpin these judgments. The notion that entertainment is inherently inferior relies on long-standing cultural taboos around sex work and female sexual autonomy. Moreover, the dichotomy between respectable and disreputable professions is a construct often rooted in patriarchal ideology. By framing Sampson's choices within this binary, critics deny her the complexity afforded to other public figures who reinvent themselves, particularly men. Furthermore, the media bears significant responsibility in shaping public narratives about women like Sampson. Sensational headlines, invasive reporting, and reductive coverage often distort public understanding of such individuals, reducing them to symbols rather than portraying them as whole people. The media's portrayal of Sampson during the Tiger Woods scandal, for instance, was less concerned with her humanity or career than with framing her as a scandalous footnote in someone else's story. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the need to tell fuller, more nuanced stories about women in entertainment. Documentaries, memoirs, and academic studies have increasingly challenged simplistic narratives and sought to reframe the contributions of film performers as worthy of respect and consideration. Holly Joy Sampson's career fits squarely within this emerging discourse, a reminder that identity is not fixed, and that reinvention can be both a personal and political act. Holly Joy Sampson's life and career reflect a broader cultural conversation about identity, agency, and the evolving nature of celebrity. From her beginnings in mainstream television and film to her controversial yet empowering transition into cinema, Sampson has consistently defied easy categorization. Her career path, while unconventional, reveals much about how society judges female sexuality, celebrity reinvention, and the fluid boundaries between entertainment genres. We have seen how Sampson's early roles aligned with, and at times pushed against, Hollywood's expectations for women, how her entry into entertainment functioned both as a professional opportunity and a cultural provocation, and how media framing often narrows the public's understanding of complex individuals. Her story is not just about one woman's career decisions, but about the larger systems of judgment and opportunity that shape public life. Ultimately, Sampson's journey underscores the fallacy of binary thinking in entertainment culture. Her life demonstrates that the division between mainstream and entertainment is neither absolute nor morally inherent. Rather, it is socially constructed, deeply gendered, and subject to change. By navigating both worlds on her terms, Sampson has offered a powerful model of autonomy and reinvention. As we continue to re-examine the boundaries of celebrity and the legitimacy of various forms of artistic expression, Holly Joy Sampson's story serves as a timely reminder of the value of complexity, empathy, and open-mindedness. Her ability to reclaim her narrative in the face of judgment invites us to consider a more inclusive vision of success, one that honors choice, challenges stigma, and embraces the full range of human experience. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.